Alright guys, welcome to another beer review in the kitchen because I've just begun making punk IPA burgers. So they're in the fridge resting before I put them on the pan. Got some sweet potatoes, sweet potato fries beginning in the oven, and I thought I'd have a little bit of a drink while I wait. So we've got a classic beer here, and one that I've seen since I was like a teenager. Even when I was a kid I saw this beer so many times. And I think I've only had it a couple of times. And I remember it being an intriguing one. So we're going over to the Shepherd Neame brewery and we're looking at the classic Bishop's Finger. I was in my local Bargain Booze and I needed to get Punk IPA for my my burgers, which I've already drank most of it because I only put a little bit in. And I thought, you know what, man, might as well make the 3 for £5. I've got another Christmas beer for my Christmas series and I thought, you know what? Pun intended. I think I'm going to take a Bishop's Finger. I think we've all taken a Bishop's Finger at some point, haven't we? Oh, I'll move swiftly on then. But yeah, so this is a Kentish Strong Ale, clocking in at 5.4%. And yeah, Shepherd Neame, Britain's oldest brewery. So a classic beer that needs no introduction, just iconic in terms of the label. And that is the Shepherd Neame Crown. I'm only at 10% in battery, so hopefully I can get this done before the phone dies. So a classic Kentish Strong Ale, Bishop's Finger, takes its name from the name of an ancient signpost on the Pilgrim's Way, pointing pilgrims to the shrine of Thomas Becket at Canterbury Cathedral. One of the oldest names in British beer, the classic British ale is brewed with chalk filtered water, mineral water drawn from deep beneath the brewery, and Shepherd Neame's signature Kentish hops. Its authenticity is assured by its protective geographical indication status. Then it's got a little selection of tasting notes, so I won't go into that. So I think, to me, strong ales are probably one of the most underrated beer styles in the UK. And I know they're completely different because it's an ale and a Doppelbock is a lager, but this to me is like our version of a Doppelbock because I friggin' love Doppelbocks. And Kentish Strong Ales are like, they're not too high in ABV, but they're a little bit higher than regular ales. And lager, ales, two completely different things, I know, but that's sort of like the comparison that I get. So anyway, in a clear bottle, hopefully it's not skunked, using my classic glass. And we shall see what we get. Might as well pour it all in. No need to go back for second dibs. Second dibs? That's not a proper word, is it? But anyway, lovely beer in a glass, sort of like a chestnut brown, beautiful clarity, slight ruby hues there as well. It's got a sort of like burnt copper look to it. Beer poured with just shy of 2 fingers worth of a slightly off-white head. And yeah, a very handsome looking beer indeed. So let's see what we get in the aroma. Big malt presence on this one. Lots of like sort of cherry, lots of dark berries of the forest, that sort of thing, like hedgerow fruits. A little bit of caramel, slight, very slight milk chocolate almost. Get it on my nose. How many times do I do that? Yeah, it's got that sort of like muskiness, so it's not a really sweet smelling beer. But it's actually not the most aromatic either, but what you do get there is just a nice, solid, familiar aroma. And it's got that sort of like chestnutty sort of vibe. Anyway, let's give it a taste. Cheers. That's really nice. That's a really nice, honest, simple, traditional beer. It's got a lovely medium mouthfeel, medium body, but it's got this slight velvetiness to it. So it's not too watery, and that body holds those beautiful like caramel, roasty flavours. Not too roasted, not too smoky, but not too sweet, no chlorine aspect. Smooth as hell. Get this like oat biscuit sort of flavour with just a little bit of sweetness to it. And that's what I like. It's not overly sweet. I'm getting like butterscotch toffee, or like a nice butterscotch fudge almost. A little bit of nutmeg. It's like seasonings of like a cinnamon. Has that slight gingerbread flavour. I know it's brewed in Kent, but this like reminded me of the Lake District for whatever reason in Cumbria. It's going down so easily. It's not the most strongest tasting of its style. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to blow your mind or anything like that. But if you just wanted a very solid, traditional, satisfying, strong ale, you know, pretty much every supermarket now stocks it. It's fantastic. It's a lovely beer. It's not the greatest that I've had, don't get me wrong, but it's one that I would happily try again. And yeah, it's part of a 3 for £5 deal. Who can complain? That malt profile is just so nice. Not too sweet, not too savoury, not too musky. Just really nice balance. You get this slight cocoa powder bitterness on the back end, but then there's not too much hoppy bitterness. It's got that earthiness you expect from a lot of those Kentish hops. It just tastes like, and I could be completely wrong, it tastes like it's not being tampered with. Like they've not tried to cut corners on the recipe for the bigger demand. And this probably isn't the way it's always been brewed, just because of like access to ingredients and some crops. You know, year's crop isn't going to be as fruitful as previous year's crops. You know, you've got all these weather aspects coming in, but it just tastes so nice, traditional, not being dicked around with, and it's a very satisfying, smooth, easy drinking pint. And I'd love to try this on cask. Absolutely fantastic stuff. So, in terms of a rating then, on the Bishop's Finger, I'm going to give, that name always gives me an immature smile. I'm going to give that a very solid 8.5 out of 10. It's like a go-to strong ale, if that makes sense. If you wanted to get into the style, give this one a go. And even if it's in a plastic bottle, a see-through bottle, no skunkiness. Just a lovely, lovely beer. So, of course, if you've tried this or any other beers from Shepherd Neame or strong ales, give me your thoughts, opinions down below. Recommendations, always welcome. I love to hear what you guys think I should check out in the future. Check out my strong ale playlist down below. It's criminally small. And do you know what? Even though it's an ale, it still reminds me of a Doppelbock. And that's what I love about this style. It's slowly becoming one of my favourite, accessible, solid British styles. Even though I'm more like a hoppier sort of person, but I like any beer really at the end of the day. Styles don't bother me. If it's brewed nice, I don't care what it is. And that's brewed really, really well. So check out my strong ale playlist. Check out my Doppelbock playlist. Check out my Shepherd Neame's playlist. Shepherd Neame playlist. Check out Shepherd Neame, of course. And of course, if any of my friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed it, their links will be included down below also. And a big shout out to my Kent-based friend, Craig from Kent Beer Reviews. Anyway, I've got to tend to my sweet potatoes and get the burgers on the frying pan, so I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers, guys.